here is the grey yarn that I was talking about yesterday from the Litmus Cowl kit by Ducky Darlings. And this one is Merino Yak Nylon. So I've got that to go with my Halloween countdown box from Green Lambkin. And what I thought was, because, let me just open it. Because I really want to watch Hocus Pocus 2 this afternoon, as it's Friday, I thought I will go ahead and open the first one, and then I can watch Hocus Pocus 2 while knitting the Litmus Cowl. And I know I shouldn't be casting anything new on at the moment because I've got so much on, but how can I resist? This is why I bought the Halloween countdown box, isn't it? So spoiler alert, if you don't want to see colour number 1, then look away now. I'm just going to pause and open it with one hand. Okay, here we go. Ooh. Ooh, I love it. I'm really into like my yellows at the moment. How nice does that go with that, actually? Those two would look nice just on their own, wouldn't they? Oh, there's a piece of paper in here. Oh, there's a little card. Another glorious morning. Okay. Oh, how cute is that? So I guess that's what they're inspired by. Love it. Looking at this now, I'm actually thinking maybe I won't do the traditional Litmus Cowl where the stripes are the same size. Maybe I will do, I don't know, I'll have to count as I'm doing it. Maybe like 20 rows. Is that too much? 20? Maybe 10 of colour, and then maybe like 4 of this colour. And that way I'll get more use out of the yarn. Because I looked at the pattern and actually it's for 5 grams, not 10, and these are 20. So yeah, I'm thinking if I do bigger stripes of the colour and smaller stripes of the grey, then I'll get more out of it. What do you think? I think that's a great idea, personally. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wind this one up, and this one, obviously. I need to find a 3.5mm short circular needle. I'm sure I've got one here somewhere. And then this afternoon I will watch Hocus Pocus 2. But for now, I am going to watch last night's Married at First Sight UK. Is anyone else watching that? It is my guilty pleasure, and I'm watching last night's. I play Pathfinder on a Thursday night, so I catch up then with maths on a Friday morning. And then I have D&D tonight, which is exciting. Dungeons and Dragons, for those of you who aren't like a proper nerd. Yeah. I love the first colour. I love it. Off to wind yarn. Okay, I'm now going to talk about the pattern that I was complaining about yesterday. So, Mum, if you are watching this, please look away. Go away. Thank you very much. In the politest way, of course. So, as you know, I am currently working on the Touch of Frost blanket by Wool Thread Paint. I've completely done the central panel now, which is absolutely lovely. And I've made a start on these granny stripe parts that connect some more squares around the edges. So I've started on this side, and then this one I've just done the green colour. So my issue is with the pattern, first of all, on the central square part, these squares, of which there are quite a few, the colours were wrong. And when I looked at the picture, the colours in the pattern didn't match up with what the colours said. The colours in the pattern didn't match up with what the picture looked like. So that was my first issue, and I emailed the pattern creator and I asked which was the right version, basically, and it was the picture version, not the pattern version. So that was fine. Okay, sorted. Then there was another issue with the central part of these. Was it sparkle white? Was it normal white? Didn't say in the pattern. Apparently it can be either. That's fine. Then when it came to not edging, it was the first colour in these bits. So you can see there that I've used the dark grey that is in these corners. I've done that because the pattern tells you to use a colour that doesn't exist in the pattern. It's a completely different colour. It's like, tells you to use sparkle beige. That is not on the list of yarn to buy for the pattern. So I've had to improvise. I looked at all the other yarns. I don't want to run out of colours if I'm going to need them later on. So I've decided to go for the dark grey because there seems to be a lot of that for some reason. And I've got a ball and a half left of this grey, and I don't think it's in the blanket at all anymore after these bits. So that was another issue. Then when it came to these stripes, the pattern's wrong. So there's like 2 granny stripes of white in between each one, and then 2 rows of half trebles at the top and the bottom. Pattern doesn't work out like that. If I followed the pattern, it would be lopsided because there would only be 1 row of granny stripe between these two, between the red and the sparkle. So yeah, so that's quite frustrating. Just because, like I say, it's a paid for pattern, and there's been a few other issues with the colours as well. It's saying to use certain colours and them either not existing in the pattern or being different to the images. And I think when you pay for a pattern, you don't really expect that to happen. But it's a lovely pattern. Don't get me wrong. I'm really pleased with it so far. It's beautiful. But I've basically decided now that for the next 2 granny stripe parts on the other side, I'm going to use sparkle white, because I seem to have an awful lot of that left as well. And that doesn't feature in the rest of the blanket either. Got a ball and a half of that left. So yeah, I'm going to do my own thing with colours, I think, and see how it goes. But it's looking lovely. I love these granny stripes. I didn't think I'd like them. I thought it was a lot of expanse of white. But with the colours in between, I think it looks lovely. Yeah, so... Oh, bear with. Maddie feels that it is her duty, as what is clearly a very large, scary guard dog, to protect us from the postman. Don't you? So I have to keep a bag of treats next to me. They're all gone now. Have you been rubbing your face in dirt? Look at the state of you. What is on your face? You're sliding around the garden on your face. Yeah, so she protects us from the postman. Very good guard dog, aren't you? She's a little bit odd. Honey Maddie. She only barks like at people going past and things, or knocking the door. She takes it upon herself to patrol the hall. But she has a thing about a certain Christmas song, and if I play it, she will bark like mad. Maddie is not a Shakin' Stevens fan. Shall I show you? Echo, play Merry Christmas Everyone. Merry Christmas Everyone by Shakin' Stevens. Watch this now. As you can imagine, we can't listen to that song much because that happens. She's finished barking at Shakin' Stevens. So yeah, apparently she has to protect us from Shakin' Stevens as well as the postman, don't you? Which probably some people would be quite pleased with. Maddie, you can hardly see your eyes. She's not long been to the groomers. We have to have her cut. Every 6 weeks we have her cut because she is apparently, she's a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel crossed with a Bichon. Well, I'm not sure about that because I'm sure she's got some terrier in her. Because you are a terrier, aren't you? You're a little terrier. But her coat is really woolly. So you can just see now she's starting to curl a little bit. But she used to have skin issues. And we figured out it was because when her hair gets too long, it affects her skin. So we have her clipped short, don't we, every 6 weeks. And you can tell a groom is coming up because her face is all fluffy. Isn't it? Barky dog. You're going to go to sleep there. And the postman didn't even bring us anything, did he? How rude is that? What I love most about her is her wonky eye. You've got a little wonky eye, haven't you? Is it cute? Oh, sorry. You can just see her little sparkle pumpkin look. Oh, did I touch your face? Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, you rubbed that touch off. Oh. She's a very clever little dog. I've trained her to do things like she takes my socks off. Don't you? You took my socks off. I've started trying to teach her to spread the blanket out on the bed. She can do little tricks like turn and... What are you doing? You're trying to get the mud off your face. Don't do that on the bed. You can go away now. Can't you? You can go away. Go on, off. Bye-bye. No, that's not off, is it? That's move. Off. Get off. Madeline. I can't take her seriously when she's got those eyebrows. Right, where was I? Blanket, pattern, not great, but gonna do my own thing. Yeah, so when I finished, I'm gonna do this while I'm watching Married at First Sight. Then I'm gonna wind my yarn for my litmus cowl. Then I'm gonna watch Hocus Pocus 2 and cast on the litmus cowl. Once all that's done, then I'm going to do some work on the Westnitz M cowl, and then it will be D&D, so I'll probably go back to this for D&D because it's quite mindless. And that will be my Friday. See you later. Little hack for you. Because I keep losing my 4mm crochet hook, what I've done is grab a glasses holder thing, attached it to my crochet hook, and then I have put a stitch marker on the other end and I've hooked it onto my blanket. So now my crochet hook is always going to be attached to my blanket and I won't keep losing it all the time. This crochet hook was in a set from the TikTok shop and it was like £2 for I think 7 or 8 hooks. They're really nice hooks. They're quite similar to the Clover and More hooks. I like the colour of them as well. Thought it was quite festive. So yeah, won't be losing you. Just looking through my needles, and apparently I do have 2 100cm 3.5mm circular needles. Where they are is another question, because they are not in here. I keep my needles, all my circulars in here, and they're in order of size, and they're not there. I also found a 3.75, well, two of them actually, 40 centimetre needles for the litmus cowl, which is 3.5. But I haven't got a 40 centimetre 3.5. I have, but it's not in here. It's just an empty packet. So that must be on a project somewhere. Goodness knows which one. So I'll use 3.75 for the litmus cowl. We'll see how it goes. I have just wound that. I don't know why I had a bright idea. Yeah, I'll hand wind that. I'll hand wind it while I'm watching Married at First Sight. It was 100 grams. Ridiculous. Anyway, it's done. Those two colours are lovely. So that is ready to be cast on later when I watch Hocus Pocus. So where did that needle go? There. So I'll put that together. That one back away. And I'm not going to bother looking for the other needle. I'll just have to use the curly whirly one. It's fine. Once the whole shawl is on there, it won't be a problem. So, empty packets galore. I have a lot of circulars. There are many needles. And then those are the random needles that I had. Gosh, they must be... Well, they're older than my son and he's 16. So they must be about 20 years old, if not more. They're all Addies. There's the silicone tubey stuff I was talking about. This is my collection of not so great crochet hooks, like emergency crochet hooks. And then I've got my knit prosings, my Rowan hooks, my circular needles. It's a big old bag of stuff. I don't know what's behind. Oh, look, what size is that? I think that's a 4. Ooh. Well, I might have to use this from Pedro's Plucks because it's Halloween. And why not? Right, put that to one side as well. Yeah, so found my needles, sort of. And ready to go with the litmus cowl. Yes, I will stop there. I don't know what videoing on my iPad will be like, but my phone's being temperamental. So I just had some post from Amazon. And I can't remember what I ordered. Quality control there, always in the background. Live! Rude. Oh, okay. Tom asked for magic eraser cleaning sponges. Okay, so this is the actual needle I need for the litmus cowl. Good job I haven't started it yet, isn't it? Again, Addy was out of stock, so we've gone Knit Pro. I'm hoping that the cable being short will mean that I don't have the same issue as I do with the longer cable. And then last of all, this month's book club book. So I'm in a book club with my D&D friends, and every month we read a sort of fantasy related book. We all give 2 suggestions of books in, and somebody compiles a list, and then he rolls a d20 dice once a month, and whoever's book comes up on the list, we read that month, and then the person whose book it is then gives another book, and that goes back on the list then in the space of the one that we are reading. So this month it turned out to be my choice. I've just heard this is good. I don't know if it is. I don't really know much about it. The Magician's Guild by Trudy Canavan. I mean, sounds okay. Had good reviews. Oh, is it part? Oh, it's part of a trilogy. Okay. Well, that's fine. If people like it, they can carry on with the others. And if they don't, then they don't have to. So yeah, that's exciting. I love New Book Day. It's always really cool to see what comes out. And I've ended up reading quite a lot of things that I wouldn't normally read, which is great because other people are suggesting things. We get like a wide range of books then that we read. Yeah, so that is October's book, and I'm chuffed that it's my choice. We'll see what it's like. It's Hocus Pocus 2 time. Here we go. My internet is playing up today, so hopefully it won't affect this. See you on the other side. So Hocus Pocus did not go as planned. I started to watch it, watched the first 15 minutes, did this provisional cast on. Then I ripped it all out because I had a brainwave, and instead of doing the litmus cowl, I decided to design my own scarfy cowl thing. So I've cast on provisionally again. Cast on, I think it was 105 stitches for a 13 stitch repeat, because I decided what I'm going to do is knit a stripe of using half of the mini skein. Then I had to play around with designing, and instead of doing just a plain stripe of the grey, I decided I'm going to do a bat, a circle of bats in between every colour change. So I haven't got as far as to start knitting the bats yet, but I'm hoping that they'll look really cute instead of just a plain grey stripe. Fingers crossed. State-of-the-art design software there, and I will let you know how it goes tomorrow. Bye for now.